Hey Bulls, I'm Billy Gomez and this is 3 Minutes to Win It. Over the next 3 minutes, we will quiz students about all things USF. How much do they know? We'll find out. All right, so I'm here with Steph and we're about to do some trivia. Are you ready, Steph?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. What does LLC stand for?
Living the Learning Community.
Very good, Steph. How many living learning communities are there on campus?
There are 13 living learning communities.
Very good. Name a new LLC that opened this past year.
That was Stonewall, right?
Yep, and there was Provost Scholar Program, Rising Health Professionals, and Student Support Service. The Bulls Business Community and the Zimmerman Advertising Program LLCs both live in which residence hall?
I'm gonna have to guess Juniper Poplar.
Which side?
Oh, Juniper.
The other side.
Oh, Poplar.
Nice. How many of the 13 LLCs are focused on majors?
ASL's an interest. Bulls Business Community is a major.
I'll give you a hint. I just named you 4 previously.
Yeah.
13.
9.
13 minus 4.
Oh my God.
Which LLCs are currently housed in the village?
Stonewall Suites.
That's correct.
I would say Honors.
Yep. And the last one, we just said it wasn't a major, it's an interest.
You're giving me a lot of hints here. Rising Health Professionals?
Yeah. Where can students look up their assigned room, roommates, and mailing address?
usf.edu/housing.
Correct, but where specifically?
The housing portal.
That is correct. How many fraternities and sororities currently live in Greek Village?
Ooh, that one I don't know.
The same number as
LLC.
LLCs plus 1.
14?
That is correct. What is the name of USF's first residence hall?
Residence hall?
Yeah, it is now COSO.
Yeah. I don't know, Alpha?
That is correct.
Oh!
Students living in the SSS LLC live in Beta Hall, but what does SSS stand for?
Student Support Services.
That is correct. What is the name of USF's first mascot?
The Golden Brahmin?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Wow. Over or under? The USF water tower is 300 feet tall. I believe SheiKra is around 300 feet tall. SheiKra is very tall.
Then under.
The USF water tower is actually 212 feet.
Okay.
When was USF's first homecoming?
I need a history lesson. 1960.
Incorrect. I will not help you this time. It's actually 1964.
I was 4 years off.
Where does Movies on the Lawn take place?
The Martin Luther King Plaza, MLK Plaza.
It's actually outside the Marshall Student Center and the USF bookstore.
I was close. I'm just like a stone throw away.
Like a drone. Take a drone.
It's more like a golf cart.
Well, thanks for playing, Steph. You get a very cool design portion plate.
Oh, this is great. Thank you.
And now it's time for USF Housing Live.
Go Bulls!
Jessica Barron, Sierra Rose, Elisa Goldberg, Max Morinelli, Kayla Williams, Matt Satchwell, Burley Gomez, Jennifer Drewbear, Taylor Finke, Stephanie Chalkman, Jeremy Lamberti. Wednesday, May 15th, 2019. Coming to you from the beautiful University of South Florida campus in Tampa, it's USF Housing Live.
Welcome, 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 everyone. This is USF Housing Live. I'm your host, Jessica Barron, with Housing and Residential Education at the beautiful University of South Florida in Tampa. Our motto is, best place to live, best place to work, and best place to learn. Tonight's episode is, What's Up on Campus? A reminder to everyone joining us live that we are here to answer your questions so you're ready to live the Bulls life. If you have a question, no matter where or how you're watching, just type it in the comments and we will answer you in real time. We have a full show tonight, so let's go ahead and get started. Joining us tonight is the Associate Director for Civic Engagement in the Office for Leadership and Civic Engagement. Welcome to the show, Amanda Finch.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, Amanda. Our first guest is a student studying education with a concentration in secondary mathematics. He served as the president of the Residence Hall Association. Welcome, Evan Collins.
Hello. Thanks. Nice to be here.
Thanks for being here, Evan. So tell us who you are and what you do here at USF.
Yeah, so again, my name is Evan Collins. I served as the president of Residence Hall Association in the last academic year, which was fall 2018 and the spring 2019 semester.
How did you get involved, Evan, to lead here on campus?
Yeah, so my experience as a freshman coming onto campus, I wanted to get involved. I mean, I'm not just here to get a degree, I'm here to meet people and understand the community. So the first opportunity that I saw was Residence Hall Association. Residence Hall Association, dubbed RHA, is a premier student-led organization on campus. It's an opportunity for students to get real-world skills that they're going to take outside of USF. And it's also a place for people to just meet people and create community at USF because, I mean, in the end of the day, we want USF to feel like home to all students, and that community is created through RHA, and that's how I found my home.
Evan, what are some of the projects that students get to do being a part of RHA, and when do they actually meet up?
Yeah, so RHA does tons of things on campus to help residents get through college. We do a lot of event planning for different events, whether it be educational, promotional, or just social gatherings. And it's all to support that student experience on campus. RHA, it's a fantastic experience. We meet up, so how to get involved, like specifically on the hall council level. We have 16 residential communities on campus, and each one has their own individual hall council. Each hall council you can get involved in when you're on campus, and it's a fantastic experience, as I've already said.
How often do they meet up here on campus?
Thank you for helping me out.
Yeah.
So we have what's called General Assembly meetings, which is representatives from all of the residential communities. They all come together, and we talk about different events on campus, initiatives. We learn things. It's a lot of fun. We meet during the fall and spring semesters at 7:30 p.m. on Mondays in the Cypress E classroom, and that's where we meet up, and everyone's welcome. It's a really good time.
Evan, for students that want to get involved in RHA, what are some of the opportunities that they have to get involved? Like, what are some of the positions that they can join?
Yeah, so in the hall councils, there's plenty of different opportunities and different levels of involvement. So in a hall council, there's kind of a tier system. There's the governor, the lieutenant governor, the senator, and then a bunch of mayors. And with this little team that's formed within the residential community, that's where the planning and the organization comes in of executing events for the residential community. And they also collab with each other, and it's a really awesome experience. To get involved, I would say the first 2 weeks after move-in, there's most likely going to be an informational session where a resident life coordinator will come and talk to you about RHA and how to get involved and what it entails. And that's your kind of first avenue for most students to get involved with RHA. If you can't get to the informational session, which I understand might happen, you can totally talk to your resident assistant. They'll be more than happy to talk to you about how to get involved with RHA, and even if they're unfamiliar, they can direct you to the right people.
Evan, I've also heard of something called NRHH. What is that, and what's the difference between that and RHA?
Yeah, so we've talked about Residence Hall Association and how that works, but there's also a sister organization that we work really closely with. They're called the National Residence Hall Honorary, NRHH for short. The National Residence Hall Honorary's primary mission is for service and recognition. So they'll do a lot of service events around the Tampa Bay local area. For example, they've done in the past, they've made T-shirts they've made dog toys out of old T-shirts, which is really cool, and they've donated that to the Humane Society. Other things they've done is, making meals for homeless shelters around the Tampa Bay area. So they're really much focused on service. It's also an honor society, so there's a minimum GPA requirement to be a part of it, and you get a nice cool sash when you graduate. It's a lot of fun. But they're not mutually exclusive. RHA and NRHH, there's tons of students who are involved with both organizations, and they're both really rewarding.
Well, that's really cool. It sounds like students get a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things in both organizations, right?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, being a resident in a residential community, just within that residential community that you're in, there's a lot of opportunity through RHA and NRHH.
Evan, I've also heard of something called the Summer Success Series and the Summer Events Team. Can you explain more on what these two things are?
Yeah, so for a little bit of context, the residential education department here at USF kind of felt like there wasn't enough opportunity for summer students that were on campus to really have leadership experiences or opportunity to have leadership experiences. So the Summer Success Series for our summer A and C students who are here right now in Beacon. There is a rolling, every single week there's a really cool event where you can attend and learn more about career readiness. It's kind of geared towards the upperclassmen. You know, what are you going to do when you get out of USF, right? So like a lot of things like revolving around resume building and interview experience and that kind of stuff. That's happening right now for summer A and C students. For summer B students who get here on June 24th, we're going to be starting a new initiative called the SET team, which is the summer events team. This is kind of akin to how a hall council operates in the fall and spring semester. So summer students that are in Juniper Poplar and Magnolia apartments, you can get together on Mondays in one of the JPH classrooms at 7 p.m. every Monday. It's going to be a kind of that planning, organizing experience to create events for students here during summer. For Beacon residents who are the summer C students who are still lingering around, we'll also have informational meetings for you guys, again starting June 24th in Beacon at 8 p.m. every Monday.
Evan, for those two events or organizations, what would you tell students who are in the summer programs? Why should they join those events?
So one, it's community building. So you're going to meet people there, especially if you're a first summer student. This is your first experience at USF. You're going to be meeting people there that you're probably going to know until you graduate. I mean, I know in my experience, I've met people in the RHA and NRHH level that I'm going to know till I graduate. They're great friends of mine. So you're going to meet community and friends. You're also going to have a really awesome impact on students that are here over summer. I know for a fact that people that, you know, especially like around maybe, say for example, around exam time, for example, students kind of feel pretty stressed around that for obvious reasons. And our events is kind of an avenue for students to kind of let out some of the stress that is associated with exams. So like that's just one way that we kind of help the student population. So not only are you meeting friends, but you're also making an impact for students that are here.
Evan, that leads me to my next question. How does participating in student leadership organizations set you up for lifelong success?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. I'm going to draw from like personal experiences that I feel like I've learned. So one thing that I've really learned through RHA, which I've been a part of RHA for 2 years, interpersonal relationships, especially in regards to leadership. So one of the fundamental things of leadership is being able to communicate effectively with who you're leading. I'm losing my voice.
You're fine. Don't worry. It happens to the best of us. I mean, I know
we're
you're
good. We're good. So yeah, one of the fundamental things of leadership is being able to communicate with those that you're leading. And I feel like I've really grown in that area, that subject area for experience. And that's a skill that you can take outside of USF to a career. And I know that I'm going to. Another example is conflict resolution. You know, you have two separate or differing ideas and they want different things that's conflicting. Trying to create that middle ground where both of them are happy. I've done a lot with that this past year.
Evan, it sounds like you definitely learned skills that you can take with you outside of the classroom, right? That you can apply to whenever students get into a new job, skills that they'll keep forever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And RHA is kind of that opportunity outside of the academic achievement where students can learn those extra or extraneous skills outside of just, you know, books, right? That can apply to careers outside of USF.
Evan, you've given us so much information. If students have more questions, where should they go to find more information regarding all the things that you talked about?
Yeah, so on the main usf.edu website, there's a tab called Residential Experience. You can find our page, Residence Hall Association, in that tab.
Evan, thank you so much for being here tonight, and maybe you'll come back another time for the show, right?
Yeah, thank you. I'd love to be back. Thanks.
It's time for us to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. We have a new episode of Best Places and a video about Hall Council coming your way. You don't want to miss them. We'll be back with more USF Housing Live right after this.
Hall Council is an organization and its main purpose is to connect residents with other residents in a wider sense.
Hall Council is something that you can join during your first or any year that you live on campus, and it's a way to put on events for your community.
It's over a 250 member organization at University of South Florida where every hall has their own Hall Council.
It is pretty much the best thing you can do on campus. It helps you get so involved as a community. It helps you get to know your residents as well and your neighbors.
So right now we're at Fall Frenzy, which is just kind of a de-stress event where residents are able to come and decorate pumpkins or decorate cookies, and they're able to have fun and make sure that they just are able to meet other students who live here.
The biggest thing I've learned so far, by far, leadership.
I've learned how to work with a bunch of different people and learn how to put professionalism to one side and put friendship to another side.
From Hall Council, I've learned how to work better as a team.
For a student who's considering joining Hall Council, I'd say come out to one of the events of your Hall Council and just get involved, because you never know who you're going to meet. I've met 2 great friends and I've strengthened other relationships. In addition, you get to learn more about how a variety of people work, and you get to learn and enjoy other people's company.
Go Bulls!
Go Bulls!
Go Bulls!
Hello and welcome to Best Places with Kayla and Courtney. Today we're here at the Homecoming Carnival, where it's the best place to show up your Bull Pride.
Homecoming is a great way to celebrate everything about being a USF Bull. Dance the night away at the Homecoming Ball, ride carnival rides, enjoy cotton candy, or cheer on your fellow Bulls at the Homecoming Parade.
There's even a homecoming concert every year. In the past, we've had headliners such as 2 Chainz and Wiz Khalifa. You can help plan homecoming by getting involved with the Center for Student Involvement.
Here at USF, involvement is a campus tradition. Our students stay involved and work together to make an impact on campus.
Another campus tradition is taking your photo with the Bulls in front of the MSC. Snap a photo, post it to Instagram, and tag at USF Housing. Hey, even send it to our Snapchat at USF Housing. # shameless plug.
Just be mindful of the Bulls and remember to take your pictures next to the Bulls, not on top of them. It may be tempting to ride the Bulls, but you risk damaging the statue and injuring yourself. Not great.
Come on, let's take a picture together next to the Bulls.
One of the things we all have in common as Bulls is our commitment to give back to the community. We're here at Charge, one of the best places to volunteer on campus.
Charge is a yearly event that connects first-year students with upperclassmen as they volunteer to benefit community partners in the Tampa Bay area.
It's a great way to make friends and give back as you live the Bulls life. After all, USF is your home now.
I think the bus is leaving.
Well, sit tight because it's almost time for USF Housing Live.
Welcome back, everyone. This is USF Housing Live. I'm Jessica Barron, and it's time to talk with Amanda Finch. Amanda, welcome to the show. Tell us who you are and what you do here at USF.
Well, again, my name is Amanda Finch. I serve as the Associate Director for Civic Engagement in the Center for Leadership and Civic Engagement, which we call the CLCE for short.
Amanda, tell us what CLCE does here at USF.
So we have actually 3 major areas in our office. We house student organizations, so there are over 600 student organizations on campus, and students looking to create new student organizations, we assist with that as well. We also provide leadership programming and development programming, and we provide civic engagement programming, which includes everything from volunteering to effective activism and philanthropy and lifelong civic engagement.
Amanda, how does CLCE assist students here on campus?
So everybody in the CLCE, we pride ourselves in serving as leadership educators and community connectors to help students kind of craft their leadership journey on campus and find what they're passionate about and create positive change within whatever they may be passionate about. So within our leadership programs, we equip students with the knowledge and skills they need to be effective leaders in a changing global world, right? And then we also provide opportunities for students to practice those leadership skills in our civic engagement programs, where they can go out and serve communities both here locally in the Tampa Bay area, across the country, and across the world.
Amanda, what types of leadership opportunities exist here at USF, and especially within CLCE?
Yeah, so leadership opportunities exist everywhere you can look on campus. And in the CLCE, again, we help students just equip themselves with the skills and knowledge so that they can be effective leaders. So if you want to be an effective leader in residential education, there's opportunities there for you. We have over 600 student organizations, and there are executive officer positions, but also every member of a student organization is a leader in their own right. And specifically within the CLCE, we have programs like the Emerging Leaders Institute, which freshmen can get involved in their first year. Those participants are paired with mentors who are upperclassmen who have explored leadership on campus. They found what they're passionate about, and they're here to help you kind of craft your leadership legacy. Those students get to participate in an immersive weekend experience where we help them explore what kind of leadership they're going to get involved in on campus.
Awesome. We have a YouTube viewer who I just wanted to let everybody know that he wanted to give a shout out, and it's EDOP822, and they just say, hello USF Housing. Hello viewer, and thank you for tuning in. Also, Amanda, let's go back to your questions. Can students participate in community service while they are here at USF?
Absolutely. One of the biggest things that we do in the civic engagement work in the CLCE is we create and maintain relationships with community partners and nonprofits and government agencies. And so if you get involved in our volunteer initiatives such as Charge, like the video that you just showed, Charge is our annual tradition of service in the fall. Stampede of Service, also known as SOS, is our tradition of service in the spring. And we provide over 40 different volunteer opportunities for students to connect with community partners across the Tampa Bay area and go out and serve and learn more about themselves and about their community. And then for those students who want to take it a step further, they can get involved with Bulls Service Breaks, where we send students across the country and across the world to serve for a week at a time and immerse themselves in communities outside the Tampa Bay area.
Amanda, you mentioned that you work with a lot of community members here around Tampa. What are some of the projects that students get to be involved with?
We have a lot of great community partners in the Tampa Bay area. Just last year, we recognized Metropolitan Ministries as one of our community partners of the year. They're located near the downtown area, and they provide services for the homeless, and they have a school on site, and so there are a number of opportunities that students can get involved with there. This year, we just recently recognized a new community partner of the year, the University Area Community Development Center, or UACDC for short. They are located just a couple of blocks from campus in the university area, and they support the local community, and they have tutoring and mentoring programs, and they also have a community garden that students can go volunteer in.
Amanda, we have a viewer named Omar, and he's asking, is it easy for international students to get jobs on campus? Is there maybe job opportunities within the CLCE, or maybe just volunteer opportunities in case he's interested?
Yeah, so in the CLCE, we have many different leadership opportunities and job opportunities that anyone can just go on our website and kind of see what's available. But we have students that support the student organization work that we do here on campus. We have students who support our community partners and the relationships that we have there with them. And then our students that plan things like Bull Service Breaks and our Emerging Leaders Institute. Those are all also job and volunteer opportunities for students.
Awesome. Amanda, I've heard about Active Citizen Continuum. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So the Active Citizens Continuum is a civic engagement model that we use in our office to help students identify kind of how effective they are being in their community involvement. And there are 4 different phases of the Active Citizens Continuum. Everyone starts out as a member, so we are all members of a community, and our goal is to take passive members and turn them into active volunteers. And so as a volunteer, you may be very, you're kind of looking for what you're passionate about getting involved in, and oftentimes you're well-intentioned but may not be well educated about the issues that you're working in. And so volunteers are really thinking about, well, what can I do to get involved and how can I get involved? And the next step on the continuum is turning volunteers into conscientious citizens, where you're really thinking about the root issues of what you're doing. So maybe as a volunteer, I'm volunteering with Metropolitan Ministries and I'm helping feed the homeless every week. But as a conscientious citizen, I'm kind of thinking, why are people homeless in the first place and what can I do about it? And the culmination of the model is becoming an active citizen, where community becomes a priority in your life choices and your values. And so that's where you're really making a lifelong commitment to create positive change. And so it's things like using your major to change the world and end homelessness, or using your research abilities, or getting involved in local politics and getting involved in voter engagement, philanthropy, or maybe it's effective activism. It really depends on what you're passionate about and where your skill set lies and where you want to kind of dive in.
So it sounds like this helps students become more proactive in the community, right?
Absolutely. And students that are involved in our programs, you're going to get that benefit of volunteering and feeling good and giving back to the community. But we're also going to help you explore career readiness. We're going to help you think about, how can I connect my major to the things that I'm passionate about, and how can I use my future career to help create positive change in the world.
Amanda, what advice would you give someone on how they can personally maximize their leadership experience while they're here at USF?
I would definitely say two things. Be intentional and plan ahead. Your 4 years at USF is going to go by very quickly, and there's so many things that you can get involved with. Be intentional and think about what are you passionate about, what do you want to do with your major, and how do you want to connect those skills, that knowledge that you're learning in your major, to the things you're passionate about to create positive change.
Amanda, what advice would you provide to parents and families on how they can best support their students' involvement on campus?
Yeah, I would definitely say think globally and act locally. There, again, are so many opportunities to get involved on campus, to create positive change in our local communities, to study abroad, to serve abroad. And so be open to new experiences and strive to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone. And continue to check in with us in the CLCE and see what we have to offer. I would say one example of ways that we've helped students kind of connect to community and their passions is through our bowl service breaks and our partnerships across campus that help students really dive into the things that they're passionate about and the areas that they want to see positive change happen.
Amanda, if students want to get more information on the CLCE and all the opportunities that it has to offer, where should they go?
So you can I would highly encourage you to get on BullSync if you're not already. Join the CLCE portal on BullSync. BullSync is the premier platform on campus where students can learn all things engagement. Check back to the CLCE website. We're at usf.edu/CLCE, or visit us in the Marshall Student Center. We're located on the first floor.
Awesome. You guys just got two shout outs that I want to mention before we end the show. Jackson is being a very proactive viewer, and he has a shout out for both of you. Amanda, I'll start with you. He says, "Woo, Amanda, thank you for sharing all of the opportunities for leading positive change that the CLCE offers students right in the MSc. Think global and act local."
Thanks,
he definitely
Jackson.
picked up on your message. And then Jackson, he left a message for you too, Evan. He says, "Go, Evan, go. You're an incredible ambassador for student leadership, learning, and advocacy." Make sure you guys give him a shout out as well.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Well, Amanda and Evan, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. It was a pleasure having you both here.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Now it's time for some special announcements. Are you interested in living in a living learning community? Well, we still have spots left in our living learning communities, but they won't last forever. Explore what your options are at usf.edu/LLC to find the community that's best for you. Do you want to move in early and for free? Well, you should consider volunteering for Bull Hall. Bull Hall is a tradition here on campus. Every year on grand opening day, Bulls volunteer to assist other students with the move-in process. Learn more and apply today at usf.edu/housing. Well, that is just about all the time we have. But before we go, I want to remind you that USF Housing Live airs every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us for our next episode, Inside Out of State, on Wednesday, May 22nd. You can watch at facebook.com/USF Housing, the USF Class of 2023 Facebook group, or in full 1080p high definition at youtube.com/USF Housing. USF Housing Live is produced by Housing and Residential Education at the University of South Florida in Tampa. Our motto is best place to live, best place to work, and best place to learn. Thank you to tonight's guests, Amanda Finch and Evan Collins, for joining me this evening. Thank you to our production crew, to you, our viewers, and of course, there's always just one last thing. Go Bulls! Good night, everyone.